Welcome to Meet Your Monsters. If your favorite shirt says Wolfman Does It Doggy Style, then this is the podcast for you. My name is Abram Macon. These are my friends.
Kathleen.
Matt.
Colby.
Derek.
For you at home, Meet Your Monsters is a podcast in which I show my friends horror movies that I love, and we find out if they love them too, or if they just think my taste in movies sucks. This week's movie is the 1995 Tales from the Crypt Demon Night, written by Ethan Rafe, Cyrus Voris, Mark Bishop. It was directed by Ernest Dickerson.
That was one guy?
Everyone's favorite Ernest Dickerson? No, that was 3 writers.
Oh, okay.
That'd be a cool name, though. Ethan Riff, Cyrus Voris, Mark Bishop. Okay, the movie stars John Kazar as the voice of the Crypt Keeper, Billy Zane as the Collector, and William Sadler as Breaker, who is the Demon Knight. Okay, so what did everybody think?
Yeah, I liked it.
It was, I mean...
All right, Colby. All right.
Yeah.
Way to bring it home. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it's typical. Just kind of good, fun time. Tales from the Crypt story.
Yeah, didn't blow my mind, but I was yay.
Yeah, it's an alright movie.
I liked it.
As a huge Tales from the Crypt fan, I was super excited to see a Tales from the Crypt movie that wasn't an anthology. It was fantastic to have a feature-length Tales from the Crypt. It even had the nice bookends of the Crypt Keeper making a movie, which was a lot of fun with John Larroquette playing a weird killer at the beginning. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Got lots of shitty puns about actors and
Final cuts.
Maybe I was thinking that while watching him. Like, that's... The Crypt Keeper really has a positive mental attitude. Like, he's rotting, but he's making the best of it, you know? He's dead. Even in the end, when they're about to cut his head off, he makes a fucking joke about it. It's got a unwavering positive mental attitude, the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah, he's all spirit.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything shitty about those puns. They were brilliant.
Right?
I mean shitty in a good way.
Yeah. You know what I liked about the Crypt Keeper's puns is they go for them, you know?
No matter
they're like, oh, of course, I was just sitting there and you went for it. But I appreciate that they did, you know?
Yeah.
They never miss one. Any
Exactly.
word that they can change into like a pun, they're doing it.
Yeah. Here's a fun little trivia for you guys. Do you know what the Crypt Keeper's parents were?
Yes.
Is excellent.
Yes, it was an episode, wasn't
It
it?
was called Of Lower Birth.
Yeah,
They showed
and
it.
now, let me try to remember here. Wasn't it, one of them was like a circus freak, right?
Mm-hmm. The Two-Faced Boy.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was.
It was a mummy.
Yeah,
The Two-Faced Boy fucked a mummy, and out came the Crypt Keeper. So he
Like in his
actually...
So he was
form?
born that
Yeah,
way?
yeah. So he actually... He isn't like a body that's rotted. He's just like... That's how he came about. Yeah, so that's what
no
circus
idea.
freak and 1,000-year-old mummy is what you get. Is the Crypt Keeper.
is there anything even similar to like Tales from the Crypt out now? I don't think there is.
But,
I hear Mirror
Black Mirror?
Black Mirror.
Black Mirror.
Oh, that shit is
That's pretty
excellent.
good.
It's kind of Twilight Zone-ish or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it,
About
but
to check
I sure
into
liked
that.
it. All right, follow us through the darkness of our wasted and festering memories as we struggle to recall the movie we just watched with this week's sinister synopsis. The world was chaos, and then God made light, and everything was good, and he, I don't know, did he make a bunch of keys? Is that how it
He
worked?
made
Seven keys.
Yeah.
And the demons of the darkness were trying to collect them all, and they had 6. And Breaker was the last holdout. He had the last key, so it was essentially him versus all of the end of creation.
Because if I was God, I would definitely create a way for the demons to make darkness again.
Well,
And
yeah,
that just makes sense.
you
Yeah,
got to give him a
fair.
fair shot.
Yeah.
Okay, he ends up at this old inn in some shitty desert town, and there just happens to be the correct amount of people there, which is 7, which allows the demon to try to reclaim the key.
What? I didn't know there had to be 7 people.
Yeah,
for it to work.
because it was
Why?
the 5 people in the house, and then the demon showed up with 2 cops, and that made the 7.
So she doesn't have anything to worry about the next person in that line, as long as there's not 7 people in a room.
I was
What
just about
happens?
myself.
What happens is inevitably your time runs out, and that's what happened with Breaker. Is eventually you're drawn into that final stand, and so I don't think he ever had a chance of getting out alive. Spoiler: he's fucking dead.
Should have watched the
Pretty
movie,
much
guys.
upset about it.
But the goal for him is to pass on the key to another demon knight, which he does in the form of Jada Pinkett. Now Jada Pinkett Smith. Okay, who had a favorite part?
I had a bunch of them. So
I
usually do.
liked when he threw the dude's head at him and he said heads up. Which is another thing I absolutely love, murder-based puns. Like Schwarzenegger, every time he
Stick
kills
around.
somebody,
Yeah.
let out, he sticks that dude through this steam pipe, or sticks a steam pipe through him, tells him to let out some steam. This is excellent. I love
Commando.
it. Yep.
I like when the original one, he just punched through his fucking head. You don't see enough of that anymore. Just punching right through fucking heads. I really like the demons too.
They were cool.
They looked really cool. They looked really gross, and
I love the idea that you have to like blow out their eyes because the eyes are the windows of the soul or whatever. But every time they did, lightning would shoot out and like fry your ass if you weren't careful. So it was like their last ditch effort to kill you. It was cool.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
I like how he had to grow them out of it, like his blood.
His
goo.
predator blood.
Yeah.
Good one. Kid's reading this comic book, and all of a sudden he turns into this monster. And what's happening in the movie, like the pages are flipping in the breeze, and it's like it's in the comic book. I thought that was clever.
Yeah.
So like it's like it's the kid's face, and it's like the same drawing in the comic.
Yeah,
That was fun.
I like the guy from Gremlins. His room of temptation was just a bunch of tits.
Yeah.
He just walks in, they all got their boobs out.
I was thinking that you oftentimes see that guy in a movie, and he's always like a drunkard that's getting disrespected by youths. There's a lot of the times I find.
That's true.
And I happen to know that man served this country in the Navy and was a goddamn boxing champion.
That guy?
He deserves more respect. Yeah.
Mr. Futterman,
Dick
was a
Miller.
badass. Right on.
Was that his name, Dick Miller?
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay.
Okay, for each movie, Kathleen digs through all the dirt and slime of the filthy internet to bring us this week's terrifying trivia.
Alright. William Sadler, who played Breaker, appeared in the very first episode of Tales from the Crypt as a Grim Reaper-esque character. And he also was the Grim Reaper in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
I love that movie.
She was excellent.
It was bogus.
Alright, then Tracy Bingham, who played one of the party babes, became the first main black character on Baywatch.
Really?
Nice.
Oh.
And
You gotta start somewhere.
John Kazer, who was the voice of the Crypt Keeper, beat Sinbad on Star Search in 1983.
Yes, he should have.
I would have voted for him. But
What were they doing?
Comedy.
Oh, wow. I didn't know Kaiser was a stand-up comic.
the trivia I had, the guy that plays from the Gremlins, what did you say his name was?
Dick Miller.
Yeah, you find out in a deleted scene of Pulp Fiction, he was Monster Joe. Of Monster Joe's Truck and Tow.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's a deleted scene, but if you watch it, he's Monster Joe.
Nice.
I thought they showed Monster
So you
Joe.
finally get some goddamn respect.
Oh, just the daughter, huh?
Yeah.
Just his daughter. Yeah. Right on. Okay, here on Meet Your Monsters, we like to examine all forms of depravity, and so now for the mathematically perverted, the Colby Count.
Right. So this movie had... Gotta remember how tally marks work. Oh, yeah. 16 bodies.
You don't know how tally marks work?
I do now. I just had to remember. I didn't have
Didn't
time.
you make the tallies?
Yeah, it's like I'm not proud of this, guys. I'm not like bragging over here. And thanks to the boob explosion scene with the Billy Zane room, it was 18 boobs.
Yeah, alright, well, the films we discuss in this podcast are horrifying, but sometimes real life is even more fucked up. Brace yourself for the nefarious news.
So, this story comes to us from theblaze.com, which I have no idea if it's a reputable source or not. I imagine not, since they're reporting on demon possession as if it's a real thing. So,
Yeah, I don't think people come to our podcast for the news. You know what I mean? Or like our credibility, rather.
Oh, well, fuck your segment too, buddy.
Oh, no, I don't mean the news. I'm just saying, if you were to report a made-up story on, they would be like, "I'm fucking listen to this podcast anymore."
I know, just
Feed me this bullshit.
No, it's good to be accurate if you're talking about something that might or might not be real.
Everything I said is a lie. Oh, I make this.
There's
shit
actually
as I go.
87 boobs.
I just couldn't count the tallies.
So this story comes from Gary, Indiana, and a woman reports that her children, 9-year-old son, and let's see, there's a daughter too, I believe, 12-year-old daughter, are both possessed by demons. She claims to have seen him walk backwards up a wall and across the ceiling.
I hope it was a moonwalk style.
Yeah. That's what I was wondering too. Like, is he actually walking? Like,
Well, see, no, that's the difference. Like, if it had been a moonwalk, he would have been an angel.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
and apparently there was a child services caseworker there that witnessed it as well. Apparently, she says that there's several witnesses, but not one of them being a video camera. And she reports that she says that these creepy things happen, and also that the children just have demonic smiles. And
basically, it's a way of saying you have ugly kids.
Yeah.
yeah, right?
Just see their monsters.
Like, nah, your kids are just fucking weird looking, lady. They say that the house has been exorcised several times, and that it's acknowledged by the Diocese of Gary, Indiana, that this is a true demon possession.
And they're the upper echelon
Yeah.
of Dionysus.
There's nobody who feeds anybody bullshit. It's definitely it's Diocese.
Their head office,
Everybody
Gary,
goes-
Indiana.
Yeah, people fly in from all over the world for their.
Do you think for the exorcism they just show those Richard Simmons tapes over and over again?
Yeah, they've been exercised. They're like super fit.
They reported to have hearing strange sounds and people grabbing them in the night.
Who?
Go on.
Apparently,
And can anyone stay there? Because this could be cool.
Yeah, there's like the youngest one reportedly sits in her closet by herself and talks to someone that isn't there, which is an insane thing for a 12-year-old to do. It's
Unheard of.
Yeah. She claims to have seen her 9-year-old boy flash a weird grin, and then that's when he walked up the wall. And yeah, that's pretty much it. They claim to have audio of a non-human voice.
So like a sound?
Yeah.
I was saying, what's
Dog in the
it?
background?
If it's not human, is it a voice? Technically,
Right?
It is a robot.
Yeah.
it's just them like pressing keys on their computer.
Yeah.
Like, isn't it weird?
I am
Speak
the
and spell.
devil. The devil.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, if you want to hear the audio, go to theblaze.com. I don't work for the Blaze or anything. They're not giving me money.
Catch
They
me.
might
Do or
get
don't. I
used.
don't give a fuck.
They might be. Wait, don't say that. They might. Maybe they'll sponsor us. Go to blaze.com. It's really cool.
Now, well, I guess we don't really know. That's interesting though.
Yeah.
That people, and now this is a modern story, right?
Yeah, 2012. Did
So
I not
people-
say that?
Jesus
My
Christ.
People
bad.
still think like, yeah. they-
See, and in this day and age, there's no excuse. Everybody's
Yeah.
phone has a camera.
Right?
I want to see your
You
kid
have a
walk
video
backwards
camera.
up the wall.
That's what I was saying. Like, you have a video camera in your pocket. Like, you're never caught any of this on tape.
You can't do it twice.
This boy has a demon in him, but I pulled out. Hours of effort and creativity go into making a movie, and there's always some asshole just waiting to shit on it. So on behalf of the underappreciated horror filmmakers, we are here to take revenge with the critical critique.
My God, they've all gone.
So, this critique is by Joey O'Brien of the Austin Chronicle. And he says, don't feel bad if you miss the first 5 minutes or have to leave for the last 5, because not only are they completely expendable, but it's nothing you can't see every week in the comfort of your own living room. And I just don't know what the fuck that means.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that true of any movie? I mean, is
No,
there
he's-
any movie where
I think he's talking about the intro for Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, how they bookended the movie.
But still, like,
But if he's writing a review for this movie, and no one is familiar with Tales from the Crypt, they're not gonna know what the fuck he's talking about.
I'm not saying he's right. I'm just telling you what he said.
Well, the name of the movie is Tales from the Crypt,
Crypt.
Demon Knight.
yeah, like, and who the fuck has to leave at the last 5 minutes of a movie? That's a pretty fucking tight timetable you setting up for yourself there, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see this movie, but I'm only gonna sit through the middle
I really
90.
gotta go. What am I gonna do? Oh, last 5 minutes. He said it was cool. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta makes you think of something. I wonder, has anybody here ever walked out of a movie?
Yeah, The Strangers.
Strangers.
New World.
Huh?
New World.
Yeah, you guys.
I don't think
New
I
World?
ever have.
No.
It was like Colin Farrell and goes to.
He was like John
America.
Smith,
Yeah.
wasn't he? Yeah.
It was just lots of him like looking at this Indian girl and like showing no dialogue. It's boring.
I never walked out of a movie.
I mean, either. I don't even go to the bathroom during movies. That's insane.
You know what? One time I had to pee so bad that I had to run out of a movie. I was seeing with Abe. You know what it was? It was fucking Inception, and I missed when he explained what Inception was. I had to pee so bad though. And I came back and sat down, and Abe's like, "You just missed the most important part."
Yeah, I always stay in the movie because I paid the money, and then I remember one time I went to see Titanic, and I didn't know that shit was 3 hours, and I had the super big gulp. Did I tell you guys this story?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I think I broke 2 records leaving the theater. It was fastest sprint to the men's room and then longest piss in history. Because it was like 3 hours of water sloshing around, and I'm like, oh god.
You just had like a chair you were sitting in. At the
I was almost gonna just try to tell the girl in front of me it was like a 3D experience. Just piss off.
Yeah, and so, and I mean, what, like, do you need to, like, just, like, other people like, oh, I could have seen this shit at home. You know, like, who the fuck is in there like, this is I've seen this already. Like, yeah, that's the fucking Crypt Keeper, man. That's how they do it.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just thought that was really
I
fun
would-
thing to say.
I would go to the theater and pay the money just to watch the Crypt Keeper sit there and talk.
Yeah.
Like, it was nothing was happening. He was just like reading me stories or something like that. It would be
Yeah.
worth it. So,
Just changing every word in, like, The Great Gatsby to be, like, something like, murder pun related.
yeah. And actually, there was something unique in this, which was that it was the first time you ever saw the Crypt Keeper walking around.
Yeah.
Because usually,
Saw his whole body.
yeah, usually stationary.
Yeah, you saw his head rotoscoped on that
Yeah,
person.
the little. We don't have a theme, but do you have a sequelizer?
I don't, but apparently there's an unofficial semi-sequel to this.
You're not talking
have
about.
you seen it?
You're not talking about Bordello of Blood, are you?
Yeah, just
Oh.
because the key shows up in that movie
Yeah.
too.
I did see that one.
In what capacity does it play a part?
It's like a prop in the background.
Oh,
I think-
okay.
I
Never
think-
mind then.
I think they use it to like maybe it wards off a vampire once or something like that. But you know, I was totally on board with Bordello of Blood, but I'm really not a fan of that fucking guy,
Dennis
Dennis Miller. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
It's rough.
I'm all about vampire, whorehouse, and Corey Feldman was in it, so I'm like, all right, you know, I'm gonna enjoy this. But Dennis Miller just sucks for me,
He
so
does suck.
I was just like, this is not the leading man of my
You
Crypt
must have
Keeper
never seen
dreams.
the net.
I never did see the net.
Do you know he does like a weekly segment on the O'Reilly Factor?
I'm not
What?
surprised.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess that totally sinks it for me. I
Yeah.
thought he was alright, but fuck Dennis Miller.
Yeah, I was just so like I said, I saw Bordello of Blood. I thought it was fun to watch, but it's no Demon Knight in my opinion. But it does have vampires and titties and stuff. Did you have anything for like another sequel?
I mean, not really. It'd be really easy to do a prequel though to figure out how those other 7 keys got destroyed.
Yeah,
so there's
that would
at
be
least 6.
What I
movies.
was wondering would
French
be
horror?
cool, like you said, spread across the universe. So does that mean like they go to like aliens and stuff? Like there's other like races on the planets? Like that would
make sense.
Alien demons. That would be fucking cool.
Maybe it's the Infinity Gauntlet from the Avengers.
Mhm.
Okay, I think that's all we got. In closing, to feed the sun god with junk food movie dialogue, we offer unto you the Quetzalcoatl. Did anyone get a quote?
I got one, and I appreciate what it did. It was kind of like the scene in Tremors we talked about that I enjoyed, where they were just saying, like, maybe they're from space and all that stuff. Is Billy Zane was telling her like what she had to do, and he said, "I know who makes up all these rules." I was like, "Thank you.
I really like
you
that
acknowledge
too.
that."
Yeah. I think that's so like they could get away with just about anything in a movie for me if they were just acknowledged like the nonsense of it. Like, it's just a bunch of weird shit that gets made up. Why not?
That's really all it takes. There's no one's looking too deeply into my comic book, but there's a scene in my comic book where the wolf creature is passed out, Nor, and the girl says, "Why is he wearing little shorts?" And the reason why he's wearing little shorts is because I originally drew him naked, but like you could see all the muscles in his stomach and stuff, and I thought, well, if you could see that, you'd see his wiener.
Yeah.
So I better throw some shorts on.
And now I have the magic.
Now I have a whole reason why you wear shorts, but
Okay.
at the time it was mostly because it wouldn't make sense that it would look like he was a Ken doll.
Just couldn't draw the wiener, could you?
I could,
Fuzzy
like,
dong.
there will be a wiener in issue 3.
Every time I try to draw, it just turns into a wiener.
That is the end of Meet Your Monsters for this week. Thanks to my friends for hanging out with me, and that's you guys. And thanks to you at home for listening. That's Jack. Sarah, hopefully we'll be back soon. See you then.
Nice.